Hi, my name is Kenneth Davison, and for this presentation I'll be talking about the impact of cooking shows on food. The preparation of food has gone far beyond a necessity of survival, and today is one of the top forms of entertainment. While eating can still be considered the main source of pleasure derived from food, since the advent of cooking shows on television, many people find it almost as pleasurable to watch food being prepared and eaten by others. Let's dive into how cooking shows have developed into what they are today. The first cooking shows aired were not on TV, but on the radio. One of the most successful of these radio shows was the Betty Crocker School of the Air, which ran from 1924 to 1951. The first cooking show on TV aired in 1946 in Great Britain, starring a self-taught cook, Philip Harbin. In America, the first cooking show on TV aired in 1947, but died soon after. It wasn't until Julia Child's cooking show aired on TV in 1962 that appreciation for cooking shows in America began to rise. At this time, the cooking show's sole purpose was to teach the audience how to cook certain foods. Up to this point, no cooking show had strayed from this template. A likely reason for why these shows began to lose steam and fade into oblivion. In 1993, the Food Network was founded, which signaled the beginning of a new era in the cooking industry. At first, the Food Network just did generic cooking shows, but eventually evolved into producing many different types of cooking shows. The Food Network revolutionized cooking shows forever by expanding on the concept of what is a cooking show. The Food Network introduced cooking competitions, restaurant makeovers, reality TV cooking, and food tours. An interesting thing about cooking shows, however, is that there has not been a substantial increase in home cooking because of them. According to a Food Network article, today 82% of the meals Americans eat are prepared at home, a much higher percentage than a decade ago. However, while meals are being eaten at home, they might not be made by the people eating them. According to a Bloomberg study, the advent of pre-made meals, the spread of online grocery delivery, plus crushing student debt, and a focus on healthy eating have contributed to the 82% of meals prepared at home. So if cooking shows are not teaching people how to cook, then what are they doing? The answer is that they are entertaining. There are four main reasons that cooking shows have become popular. The first reason is people enjoy watching a person who is skilled at something. Just as people will stand in awe watching a person who is skilled in making pottery, people might sit on the couch in the same awe as they watch someone cook on television. While the audience might be impressed, whether they try to learn that skill is another question entirely. The second reason can be contributed to the rise of the foodie. As is evident from America's obesity epidemic, there is plenty of food here. Since food is plentiful, most Americans are no longer merely concerned with having enough to eat, but are concerned with the variety of their food. There are many shows on TV now that have some personality going around the country or sometimes the world looking for different food. Many foodies watch these shows and put certain restaurants or foods they want to try on their bucket list. While most Americans wouldn't describe themselves as a foodie, in a way, many of them are. Even though most people will not go and find these restaurants, they enjoy watching these shows and indirectly experiencing this food along with the host. Though they themselves are not eating the food, they can see it, hear it being cooked, and are often chewing some other food while watching. The third reason can be contributed to the creation of cooking competitions. Sports draw the most viewership out of any other event on television. In America, 29 of the top 50 most viewed events are sporting events. The Food Network sought to tap into this audience by making cooking shows more like sports. And the fourth reason is the creation of cooking shows that are watched like reality TV. Shows like Food Network Star and the Great British Bake Off have interviews with the contestants and look for any possible drama that occurs during the competitions. Cooking shows have had a giant impact on the food industry. The most visible change has been how fast food and restaurant chains have changed their exterior appearance. McDonald's recently announced that they are investing $6 billion in renovating most of their 14,000 stores. Another fast food chain, Wendy's, has been remodeling since 2011 and hopes to have 70% of their stores redone by 2020. Though there are many factors that contribute to these redesigns, these upgrades happen at the same time to make themselves look classier in order to compete with the appearance of restaurants featured on the Food Network. Cooking shows have also made chefs celebrities. Some of the most well-known people now are chefs. Names such as Guy Fieri and Bobby Flay have become as recognizable as names such as Brad Pitt and Taylor Swift. Cooking shows have evolved from merely teaching cooking concepts in the early days to becoming a network full of cooking shows enjoyed for their entertainment value alone. Cooking shows, once unwanted by channels and unpopular amongst viewers, are now in high demand and worth millions. In a way, watching cooking shows has become a type of porn, in which the audience can watch others cooking and eating food without doing it themselves.